Hey folks, this is me wrapping up my first time killer playlist here with a video. Basically, an outro for the full series. We have changed the playlist, yeah, you'll notice that now. So we didn't want to end on the plague note, basically, with that last video there. We want to end on this basically video, more positive note. I had an absolute blast doing this here. This was a lot of fun for the most part. There was the odd time, obviously, like playing video, it was rather frustrating, but that's a game as a whole, really. The game can be frustrating at times. But for the most part, we enjoyed this here. I hope very much you enjoyed watching it along as well. There's some things we want to talk about, just little things to catch up on here. Nemesis is one of the things that we want to talk about. Now, in the Nemesis video, I say Nemesis is one of the weakest killers, one of the worst killers in the game. Definitely bottom 5, and I still think he is bottom 5. But once you do actually get his power up to tier 3, T-Virus up to the tier 3, there's a third level of this. Imitation rate 3, basically, your tentacle strike range and movement speed increase when it's fully charged. But I feel like it takes a long time to actually get that up, because to get it up to imitation rate 1, you have to actually, no, imitation rate 2, you have to get tentacle strike can destroy pallets and breakable walls. That's really strong on its own, but imitation rate 3, it feels like night and day. After I did my 3 videos, I kept playing Nemesis, and I ended up getting his achievement fun on it, I'm sure. I can't actually remember for certain. But I was playing him for a while, and I was actually getting pretty good with him, I felt. I was starting to actually consistently hit people with the thingy, but I had, with his tentacle strike, but I had to really get up to imitation rate 3, and you have to have a strong start. If you struggle off and you get gens off there, it's really difficult. But I feel like the imitation rate 2, that needs to be default for me personally. It needs to be default. But once you do get Nemesis up to imitation rate 3, he's actually a lot better. Another killer we found very poor, that we wanted to touch on and just kind of round up basically a little bit, it was Clown. Clown was another killer we did not like at all. The reload time on basically his power, basically the tonic that you mix, basically the reloading of that is actually really slow at default. But if you use this add-on here, you decrease the reload time by 0.5 seconds. This here actually makes a huge difference on Clown, and that can help a lot. This actually should be default, I feel like. Here. Sadly, with these add-ons, this is the only one. There's not actually a one down here at this level here. Actually there, so that's the lowest level for that, but it decreases the roll time. I don't even recall them being one at the green rare as well. I think that's the only kind of decreasing the reload time add-on there is. But that here makes a huge difference to there. Once I actually started using this here, I actually started to do well. I haven't finished his achievement with Clown, because I still feel think he's a bit frustrating, but he can be fun. It's quite fun hitting the people with clouds, with the toxic and then one down on them. It's a lot of fun that. So you can have fun with Clown and I can have fun with Nemesis, but I still think they're frustrating killers. There's a couple of killers that really need some changes. So it says Clown, this here needs to be default, and I think Nemesis needs to be level 2. The other killer we didn't really enjoy was Hag. Hag is frustrating. Now I said Hag is weak because when I played the first 3 matches, I was trying to play Hag straight up. I wasn't like putting our traps at hooks. I didn't want to do that. However, if we are playing Hag, I do advise putting our traps at hooks. That's the way you play Hag. It sucks. You have to proxy camp there. But since Boons came in again, I'm kind of less against proxy camping than I used to be. I actually don't mind coming back to the hook. Once you go for the person that's just unhooked, not being on the hook. Of course you don't tunnel. I don't agree with that. But this here actually makes trap a lot stronger. But what I think would be better with trap would be if a certain amount of the traps were actually invisible, like a few of the traps, so you can maybe set in some invisible traps, so they couldn't actually be seen, because people can just flashlight them and they can actually see that they're putting the traps down, basically, as well. So I think placing the traps a lot faster would be a lot more helpful. Like the animation of Hag actually placing the traps being a lot faster. That would help Hag a lot. But honestly, the type of killer she is, I suppose every killer needs to be unique to themselves and they need to be different. Hag is unique in the sense where she's built for proxy camping, basically. She's very much built for that. You could potentially try and set up a free gen with her, but with how fast people can do gens, the survivors can do gens, I don't think that would go too well with her. But it's something you could try, set up for a free 4 gen and protect that instead and just split the map in half and do that, possibly. But I don't know how well that would go, I've never tried it. And as you've seen in with the first time killer videos, it's once the gens get done really fast, they're very efficient, even though it's 10 out of 10 times anyway. So, yeah, good luck with Hag if you decide to play her, that's all I'll say. As for any other killers, for me, the worst killer in the game is Ghostface. Hands down, without a doubt, Ghostface is the worst killer in the game. And this makes me really sad. For one, the last mid-chapter release, everyone's excited about the next mid-chapter release because prestige change and perks are getting changed rigs. It makes sense to be excited about it, but in the last mid-chapter release they made changes to Legion and Ghostface. Legion went well, Ghostface not so much. Also the changes with Ghostface was people can't, if you mark someone they can't reveal you, but if you have someone marked you're pretty much going to down them. The fun with these stealth killers as well, you have to take your time to actually be patient basically there, so it's more of a, I feel like Ghostface is more of a meme killer than basically a serious killer where you would actually try and... I wouldn't use this killer to get legendary killer achievement, that's for sure. You're not going to get legendary killer achievement with Ghostface, I would say. They are... Fun can be had, you can in some maps. I remember being on Red Forest and our Raccoon City Police Department maps and having fun with Ghostface. There are some maps you can have fun with Ghostface, but you don't expect to do well with him consistently at all, if at all. Basically, the only way you can do it is if people don't understand the reveal, which for a long time before playing Ghostface I didn't really understand the reveal as well, so it is possible some people can't understand the reveal, but as soon as people do, it's just too easy for survivors to reveal them, and until that changes, Ghostface is going to be weak and the weakest killer in the game, and it kind of annoys me that, because he was just recently changed, and yeah, unlike Legion is actually a lot of fun. Now, you'll notice I've got some characters of 50, I've got Prestige 2 here, and on you would notice I have Prestige 3 and Spirit. Spirit is still my favourite character. I'm not very good with the power, but she is my favourite character. However, the killers that I had most fun with playing, I didn't have fun with Huntress, and I didn't have fun with Nurse or Billy. I found them frustrating. But saying that, I did play Hillbilly and Nurse, Huntress and Shape all on the same day. I recorded all the videos in one day. That was not a good idea. Since then, Nurse can be fun and Nurse is strong. Billy's a lot of fun with the chainsaw too. I do enjoy Shape. Shape's a lot of fun. Huntress, I haven't really went back to Huntress. Really, I can't get a handle of the hatchets there. Doctor was a lot of fun. Wraith was a lot of fun. Trapper was frustrating. Cannibal was a lot of fun. Nightmare was, yeah, Nightmare I enjoyed a lot, as you saw in not the first time video. I didn't main Nightmare for a while. But sadly, skill-based matchmaking put kind of an end to him doing very well. But he's still a lot of fun. Pig is one of the killers I can see me playing a lot in the future. Pig is a lot of fun. Unlike Ghostface, when you get the traps on, that's what I enjoy about Pig, is playing with the traps. Like when you put the traps on, because I try and keep 2 at the beginning to slow them down, and I try and keep 2 for the end. But I do think Pig needs more traps. That's one thing I do feel about Pig to make her stronger. She needs 6 traps in total. She needs 4 to begin with, and there needs to be a 50-50 chance when a survivor takes a trap off with that trap removal that the survivor used to take it off. There's a 50-50 chance that a new trap for the pig can appear on that trap. I feel like that's a total jigsaw thing to do and so, but you actually remove the trap, but you just opened up a secret compartment and there's now a new trap to be used by the pig to put on you later. So I feel like that's a thing to do, but it should only happen with 2 of the survivors, because I feel like 8 traps would be too many. So basically 4 traps to begin with, but once the 4 traps are removed, there's a 50-50 chance that there's pig would get a 5th or 6th trap. So say if in the first one, the first trap is removed, that triggers a 5th trap. But that means, now let's say the first and the second one, no trap is removed. That means 3rd and 4th is guaranteed that there's going to be a trap to be removed. There's a potential 50-50 chance you'll get it in the first and the second one. If you don't get it in the first two, you definitely get it in the third and the fourth trap being removed. Yeah, that would help pick a lot. Trapper is weak as well. He only has 2 traps, which is just crazy to be honest. This big old dude can only carry 2 traps at one time. Really? Nah, I feel like he can carry 3 traps and he can like put like 2 traps attached to his leg and 1 on his chest. For sure. 3, 4, 5, that would be 6. I feel 6 might be too many, I must admit, but at least 5 traps he can carry. The 2 in his hand at the moment, 1 trapped to his chest and 2 attached to his leg on a clip. I feel like. I definitely feel like he needs more traps. There's one of the things with games, sometimes you have to weigh up logic and what's best for the game. Logically, maybe you can only carry 2 traps. I find that hard a little to believe, and it's a reach for me to believe that. But it's good. It would be better for Trapper's chances in the game if he can carry 5 traps. But then again, we do have changes coming in. It appears like there might be some changes to the base kit of the game, the foundation of the game. We'll see how that changes, Finn. What else killers? Shape is very slow to get going. He's very frustrating to get going, but once he does get going, he's very, very good. There is an add-on here which actually can be a lot of fun. I don't know if I have it for. Right, it unlocks the ability to kill healthy or injured survivors when evil within 3, increases the amount of evil required. Yeah, there's basically another one where you can be, I don't have it, it's another ultra rare one, basically another Destiny add-on. But once you do get to tier 3, you could be infinite tier 3. I've went up against that a few times, it's not fun to go up against it, it's impossible. You're pretty much just running around just delaying your death basically. It's going to happen. I've been up against people who've had this add-on and the other edition add-on. It's not fun to go up against folks. You're pretty much screwed there, but that you can have a lot of fun with that, and Shape is a lot of fun. It's Michael Myers, push can have fun with yours. As I said, the chainsaw ones are a lot of fun to play as well. But I've been trying to decide what killers to main. Obviously Plague, I just recently talked about Plague. Plague, Corrupt Purge frustrates the heck out of me. I don't want to talk about it too much because basically she needs to be able to one down people with the Corrupt Purge, or she needs to be able to get people infected with the Well Purge a lot quicker. She needs work. She needs a lot of work. She's really frustrating to play. A killer I don't see me playing much at all. Nurse is more frustrating because it's very difficult to get handle in blanks. Blight's really strong killer. Obviously, Oni's a lot of fun. Pyramid Head, Slander's a lot of fun. Demogorgon's a really strong, good killer as well. Twins is kind of frustrating in the sense that basically the switch between the two from Charlotte to Victor takes too long, and also the hitbox and Victor's pounce is frustrating too. Cenobite was surprisingly a lot of fun. Cenobite was surprisingly a lot of fun. But going through the killers, as you can see, I have Trickster at level 50. Right now, at the moment, I have all, as you can see, I've got them all at 40, so I've got all perks on the killer side unlocked. Spirit was the first person that I put all perks on. Spirit has all perks except the 4 new ones, the 3 perks that came in with Dredge and plus the new Shard Hope. Perk. I got distracted by the master. I guess that auto-equipped. I didn't actually realise I would auto-equip the Spirit's master. I don't care what anyone says. I think people are going to know that Spirit. I think a mask is going to change anything. Something tells me they're going to be able to tell that Spirit even with the mask on. There's no Superman glasses thing going on here. No chance. But Spirit's a frustrating killer for me to play, but recently I've been playing Trickster. And as I can show you here, I've got all perks on Trickster. This is my favourite loadout: Ruin, Lethal Pursuer, Playfair and Penamental. I'll be doing that in a combo series soon, I think. But Trickster is my main killer along with Artist. Artist is the killer I'm currently putting blueprints on. This blueprints are from a game I used to play ages ago. But as you can see, I've got quite a bit here to do to get her up basically, which I'm a bit frustrated about, but thankfully we've got the event going on right now. And as you can see, I have like 157. I'm still playing Trickster. So Trickster and Artist are probably going to be the two killers you'll mostly see, because they're the two killers I'm going to main. But in future, I don't see me sticking with the same killer all the time. I don't think that's the way it's going to be. I'm going to stick with Trickster and Artist for a while, and then I'll probably switch over to other characters. I was tempted to go with Slinner and Executioner, but I felt like with Slinner, it's frustrating basically shooting, because I feel like I'm always just missing. But when I'm shooting, I feel like I'm landing on the target with the shot, at least at my screen. But obviously, on their screen, it probably they managed to just juke out the way on their screen, and that's what's happened. And basically, the server is pinned back to what they're seeing first before what I've seen. I think. I think that's what happens. I'm not really sure about pin. Please correct me in that for me, because I talk about pin a lot here, and I don't really know. I've searched stuff on the web, but it seems to be all over the bloody place information on it. So it is. So yeah, Death Center was someone I'm thinking, but I feel like the animation for the animation you see when he basically brings he aims with the gun. The animation when he lifts the gun up and aims, that needs to be about a 0.5 quicker, just a little bit quicker. Sadly, there isn't any add-ons to help with that. These killers are fun though. Blight's a lot of fun. Unreal was a lot of fun. Actually, Unreal's got a bad reputation in the game. People say she's not that good, actually. People are saying the same about Dredge, but they're saying Unreal is one of the worst killers. I don't buy that. I think people are looking at the Unreal through the wrong eyes. They're looking at the fact that it's very difficult to get basically people corrupted, condemned even. If you don't worry about the condemned stuff and you actually use the power for projecting to get around the gens and just chase people, she's actually really freaking strong. Because I showed that in the 3 matches with her. There, I didn't get adept in the first 3 matches, but that's because my grade was really high. But she is really strong, I feel like. There, she's one of the stronger killers. I would say, without a doubt, for me, I would agree with most people, Blight Nurse is really strong. There, but the thing we realised as we're going along here, when you're playing these killers, you have to put time into the power. And that's why you tend to main one killer at a time, and that's why I'm maining Trickster and Artist, because I feel like there's a lot of killers like Dredge, Unreal, Artist, Cenobite, all these ones here, pretty much down here. If I was to put time into them, I would probably get pretty good at them. They are the only killers I don't feel confident about is Ghostface, Plague, Hag, Trapper. Yeah, Trapper, Hag. Clown actually in a way actually kind of changing. Nemesis as well, but basically Plague, Hag, Trapper and Ghostface, they're the bottom 4 killers in the game for me. And then sort of the next tier would be probably Nemesis and Clown, because the reload time. Clown's only fun when you use reload time. I got that out there. Anyway, that's generally my thoughts on other killers. In future, there will be new killers added to the game. There's generally, I think something like 3-4 killers added a year to this game, so there will be new killers. So this isn't the end of the series. There will be our first time killer videos in future. Anytime a new killer comes in, we will look to get that killer at some point, and then we will record our first 3 matches the same as we've done here. But right now, we are caught up with everything. I had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun playing this. This was actually a kind of path to me deciding about Trickster as my main at the moment. This is what this has been. Trickster's my main artist is another killer I enjoy as well, but there's some other killers I'll probably play along the way too. Like in the Power Mouse series, you're probably going to see me playing any other killers apart from, well, maybe Trickster and Artist at some point, because I do love playing them. But Power Mouse, I don't have any perks or add-ons, so it doesn't really matter. Right now, I'm working on getting these here, because I want to try and unlock more characters so I can get a wider range of killers to use on this channel. Or like series like basically the combo series. There's also some new series I'm looking to come up with soon as well. Too, I'll be announcing soon, maybe. I'm still thinking them through. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I don't have any much to say. Christ almighty, I talked for 19... I hope I didn't ramble on. I tend to sometimes I feel like I ramble on and repeat myself at times. But I like to make sure I get my point across and you understand exactly where I stand on what I'm talking about. So sometimes that requires me to repeat myself just to make sure that you understand. So yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this YouTube, please like the video. If you like to see future content like this one, please subscribe for future content. And until next time, I'll take care.